our
these various tools
book to help me start the business.
and then I did specialize in
the last years, more than 5 years right now. We have figured out the systems and the processes to ensure that the franchising program will be a success.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Franchise Hour, Season 6, Episode 6. Today is Thursday, the February the 17th. And I have a very interesting guest today with me because he operates and he founded a business which is really very essential, particularly in these days. And I herewith welcome Mr. Jancy Uychiat, who is the founder and managing operator of Lavada. Hi, Jancy. Welcome to the Franchise Hour.
Good evening, RK. Good evening to the viewers. Thank you for having me as a speaker, and I'm excited to share my experiences with Lavada.
That's excellent. Thank you so much for doing that for my viewers. When did you actually start Lavada? When was that?
Lavada started 2018. I was actually solving my own pain point when I came back from the States. So I was trying to find a laundry that was like in the States, and I couldn't find one. So after a year of research and saving up money, helping with the family business, I started to put one in Katipunan.
And in the meantime, how many outlets you have?
For now, we're on our 13th branch right now.
How many of them are franchised?
Franchise are 4. So we have 9. Then it's good to have that combination of corp-owned and franchise as well. So moving forward, we're going to have, each time we're going to build 2-3 franchises, we need to build one of our own. So it has a balance.
When you started, what really gave you the kick to go into the laundry business? Why not food or anything else? What was really the trigger?
Actually, RK, I was a chef by profession. So that's a good question. I studied culinary back then. Then I went to the States, worked in Michelin restaurants. So I was under Michelin starred chefs. But in restaurant industry is really challenging and very competitive, especially in the Philippines. So plus my background was fine dining, and I don't think that concept right now from the first world country would click in the Philippines. So I was looking for a business that is essential and at the same time no spoilages, easy to manage, no inventory. So I think laundry was the first less risky business for me to start with.
And Jancy, you said you started it 2018. That means you started it before the pandemic.
Yes.
So how did the pandemic actually affected you?
It affected us. Like the very start of the pandemic, all of my staff were scared. We had to close down. We didn't know what to do. Even the government, the Philippines, didn't know what to do. So we had to close down. They didn't even know that laundry was essential. So we were not part of the essential list of business. So we had to close down because of the government. Then as time passes, we had to regroup, plan. Then fortunately in our pipeline, we were doing pickup delivery door-to-door service already, but it wasn't fully launched. We were piloting it. Then pandemic forced us to fully launch that concept because we started as a self-service cafe concept in schools in Katipunan, Del SU, in Taft. But we had to pivot during the pandemic, and it skyrocketed our sales during the
That's
pandemic.
excellent. Before we present your franchise, what do you think is the how will 2022 go for you, or generally the laundry industry?
2022 is really exciting because we survived and thrived during the pandemic, and we're really excited because we're studying our POS system, and it's cloud based, so we get to study and analyze all of our data, and everything is on ascending side. So the numbers are ascending. How much more if students will come back? People from provinces will come back to work because there will be a hybrid setup and not just work from home. So we're really excited to hit record numbers during on 2022.
That sounds good. So I hope you will also get more franchises. And for that purpose,
With
and,
your
and,
help
for,
and
and,
mentorship.
for, and for that purpose, Jancy, let's introduce your franchise to our viewers and kindly explain us how your franchise works. All right, I have to do a little bit of yes, like this. Sorry. Okay, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Basically, my first slide, pre-pandemic. As you can see, that's the interior of one of our stores. Pre-pandemic, the concept of Lavada was really a cafe concept where students in Ateneo, DLSU would bring their laptops, buy a cup of coffee, enjoy it while waiting for their laundry to finish. So that was basically the concept back in 2018. So when we started in Katipunan, we were really grateful that the concept was really embraced by the community. So after that, we opened one in Mandaluyong where they're full of schools and residential as well. Then 2019, we opened again another one after a year. So we have three. Then I incorporated it in Del SU because we had to duplicate that concept from Ateneo to LaSalle area. Then that was the Lavada concept, basically pre-pandemic. Next slide, please. It comprised actually 60 to 70% of our sales back then, the self-service industry. But during the pandemic, we had to pivot. Like I said, Lavada, people were scared to go out of their homes. People were not doing laundry anymore. But so we had to fully launch our door-to-door laundry service. Good thing we had these Piaggio apps ready already. We have riders already. We were piloting it for months already, but we were not fully launching it because our self-service was doing so good that this was just in our pipeline. But when the pandemic hit us, we didn't have a choice but to pivot. So when the pandemic hit us, this was 80% actually when we analyzed our data. This was 80% of our business back in 2020 up to 2021, but it's slowly evening up right now. So next slide, please. So if you ask me what were my strategies as a startup laundry in the Philippines with a new concept that really grow Lavada as an essential business, uh, I basically grew it with value for people culture. It starts within. That's what I really believe in. Almost all of my employees are still with me since the day we opened our doors. We treat them as family. We take good care of them. In return, they treat our customers like their family too, and genuinely welcome them in Lavada as if it's their own home. It's really our team that carried us through during the pandemic, especially overcoming fears of getting COVID. Um, but we just trusted each other. The team trusted my vision on how we can thrive during the pandemic. Then, of course, customer-centric community. It's no secret that our customers gives us the business on a daily. So by treating them as family with our smart scheduling, we get to interact with the people and our customers on a personal level. Even when the COVID hit, then people from Katipunan were not there anymore. Students went to their family homes. They were still calling Lavada, even though they're far, far away to have their laundry picked up and done by Grace or Anlene. who are our supervisors there. So that's where you saw like the customer centric community that we had in Lavada, and of course readiness to pivot during the pandemic. I would say the pandemic made it a level playing field with the big players in the industry, because it was really hard for them to pivot during the pandemic. So we were agile enough and we were leveraging on technology that we could pivot right away during the pandemic in a blink. So those were our strategies during the pandemic. So the great shift happened with those core values that we had, but without actions, those are nothing. So during the pandemic, we craft pandemic-proof offerings. So we were elevating what we had offering already, but we were targeting new market because we had to pivot to door-to-door laundry service. So we were doing door-to-door already, but we fully launched it during the pandemic, and we had to find other ways on how we can improve those. So we partnered with Lazada and Shopee for us to do a e-commerce laundry offering. Then I'm not ashamed of this. I copied a concept in New York where they had a bag that was researched and developed already, that no matter how much you fill, it's one load to your machine. So we don't need to weigh it anymore. So people can just leave it there on their door or lobby in their condos, and they wouldn't ask if it's 6 kilos because it's per load. So we eliminated those risks of having COVID with contactless laundry. Then secondly, exploring the power of digitalization. I think this is where we really had a leverage over other laundry shops, especially the traditional ones, because first of all, we can measure uh, our data because it's cloud based since day one, and also we were leveraging on social media and e-commerce on Lazada and Shopee, because I have a digital e-commerce agency as well that's handling Lavada, and creating new business models and opportunities for Lavada. And those were the great shift for our company. I'll explain furthermore on how we did new business model strategies for Lavada for long-term growth and profitability. Next slide, please. So these are the strategies that position Lavada today. During the pandemic, these strategies really forced us to implement this on a larger scale. So as first and only e-commerce laundry in Lazada and Shopee, first mover, I don't have any competitors. Until now, after 2 years, it's been great. It's like having another store online with no operations cost, and has that same income of the laundry shop without any rent, without any other operational cost. And as a B2B market player, right now, we were forced during the pandemic to do biddings for quarantine facilities to do their sheets, linens, and laundry of doctors. We were actually partnered with PGH and other um, organizations during the pandemic, and as an HR partner as well. Big multinational companies partnered with us as part of their benefit package for their employees. Then, as a franchise partner, actually, we closed more franchisees during the pandemic uh, compared before to the pandemic. So those were the strategies that were implemented that positioned Lavada to where it is now. Now, the cashless e-commerce laundry service. So, like I said, we're the first mover and still the only laundry e-commerce in the Philippines. So, people would just buy vouchers in advance. So it's like a prepaid. Then they would call the store it's basically contactless laundry anymore. They don't need to pay the rider. They don't need to count the coins or whatever. It's been paid, prepaid, and ready to go. Then they'll call the store. They have a voucher code. The rider will return it back after 24 to 36 hours. Then you'll have their laundry. So we've basically solved the convenience part and the contactless part of laundry here in Lavada. Next slide, please. It's actually 15% of our business, whole business as well. So it's like having another store. And as a franchisee, you'll be part of these channels and platforms that we have that you can tap into with the Lavada family. And now, this is one of the shifts and the markets that we tapped during the pandemic. We're doing 1 ton of laundry for our frontliners in PGH, Philippine General Hospital. They were housed in a hotel before, and we're doing all of the laundry of the staff there. So it was a great help to our business and a great help to the community of PGH as well. Then we were forced to do transactions with hotels and other businesses. So we're now partnered with IKEA. We're doing pressing and laundry for all their uniforms right now. We're doing linens and laundry for hotels and motels as well that are quarantine facilities. And now it's been opening up, and there are a lot of hotels that are open. Then we can tap more into it. Barber shops, parlors, spas are opening up. So those are potential clients of Lavada and our franchisees as well. Next slide, please. So with this one, Lavada, we provide business opportunities to Filipinos to franchise a crisis-proof essential business. I've been telling this during the pandemic. I was doing a lot of webinars, and it's been proven now that we've been 2 years in the pandemic that laundry is indeed essential. And with Lavada, we provide location assistance. We'll look locations for you. And so far, since we opened, we never closed down a store. We just closed it down because it was too small already. We had to find a bigger location in that same spot. So if I was just looking for money, maybe we have like 30 to 40 Lavadas already. I've rejected a lot of locations already that people owns a building and they wanted a Lavada there, but I had to decline because it's not suitable for a laundry. So we would do the study and ocular for your location and financial assistance as well. We've partnered with institutional financial institutions like banks and startups, lending startups that would do financial assistance for you as our franchisee. Then management service, we do this with our franchisee that are abroad. We have a franchisee from Singapore and we have franchisee from Dubai, and we're doing together with Easy Franchise, we're doing a management service for them. So because of our cloud-based POS, our franchisee abroad can check their performance of their store and their sales real time, as well as we are managing their stores here professionally. So we're doing this all for you to be part of the Lavada family. Next slide, please. So during the pandemic, obviously that franchise concept, which was at 2 million before because we had to invest a lot in interiors, we had to pivot our packages into a flexible package where it's still an interior feel, but we have to build up our machines depending on the sales. So we'll do a provision for you of 5 or 7 machines depending on how many will fit in that area, but we can start with 3. That's why it's very affordable. It's less than 1 million and you'll have a Lavada right now. That's why we have a lot of inquiries on on Lavada's franchise package right now because of this affordable price. 998 all in. You'll get to experience the all the platforms that we have and all the renovation. You'll just have to prepare the security deposit of the landlord and the advance payments and the working capital. But training, uniforms, everything will be provided for in this all-in package of Lavada. Next slide, please. So this is our growth right now. I started with Katipunan, then Mandaluyong, then the rest was history. I incorporated it together with a partner who's involved in the back end of the office, who's in the corporate world, who's doing corporate structure for Lavada, so we could professionally run this business for a long haul. So these are our branches. We've grown to 13. Hopefully, we'll be at 25 to 30. That's our target by 2023. So hopefully, you'll be part of the Lavada family soon. So that's it for our presentation. Please feel free to follow our Facebook and Instagram. It's at Lavada PH. Then our website lavada.com.ph. So thank you, RK, for this time to present. I'm really grateful that you have me on your podcast.
Chansey, how can they, if somebody wants to call or text, what number can they call?
They could actually call me. Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't put it there, but should I just recite it?
Just tell the number so that people who listen can write it down.
Yes, sorry. It's 0977 823 8884. So it's 0977 823 8884. And that's my personal number. So I will be the one who will assist you. We have people on the back end that will handle that, but I want to talk to you first personally so we can exchange ideas. Maybe I can help you out with financial assistance and everything. Then we'll forward you to our business development officer, which is RR. Then they will process everything.
And the website again was lavada.com.ph.
com.ph.
All right. So you can see all the details on the website, lavada.com.ph, if you're too shy to call Chansey.
No, don't be shy. I'm very friendly. I'd get you a cup of coffee so we can talk. It's better that way. I'd love to have coffee. I'll have coffee with you, RK, when you come back.
That would be great. Yeah, I can do that one. No problem is that one. All right. So before we close our day, we have some announcements to do also from our end. First of all, if you're interested.
Please greet RK. Happy birthday. It's
Oh,
his
thank
birthday,
you so much. Thank you
but
so much.
he's been too busy. A busy man, always working. So
No
happy
problem.
birthday. I hope you
Thank
enjoyed it.
you. First off, we have to do some announcements on the activities what we have coming up. If you're interested to get my book all about franchising, just send us a message and we send you the book. It's free. It's in a PDF format, and you will learn about franchising. If you want your business also to be professionally developed, like Lavada, which was also done by us, please feel free to call us, and we provide the structuring of the franchise, the manuals, the marketing materials, the franchise contracts, the franchise disclosure, everything what you need to be a franchisor. You can call us at 8912-2946, 8912-2973. The development of Lavada was done with us in cooperation with easyfranchise.com, which is also marketing the franchises. Okay. If you are listening to us from abroad, we're also developing in other countries and in 35 countries actually. And we do this through Franmundo. So if you are listening from abroad and you have a company there you want to develop, please get in touch with us through framundo.com. If you have a distribution company and you want to have a professional distributorship setup. Kofran, our sister company, will do the distribution ship package for you. Like that includes the structure, the marketing, the contracts, the manuals, and everything else you need. And of course, all clients are member of FIFA, Filipino International Franchise Association. So all Aki clients automatically become FIFA members. Please feel free to read also the latest issue of the magazine, Franchising PH. It's online, virtual, free, and you can get online and read it at franchising.ph. My next seminar is about franchising, called Franchising A to Z, will be on March 3 at 3 p.m. and on April 4 at 4 p.m. on Zoom. And if you want to learn more about franchising, or if you want to view the previous uh, issues of the franchise hours, if you want to see the previous episodes of Franchise Hour, please go to YouTube and look for the RK Franchise channel, and you get all the details there. So we therefore reach the end of today, and I would like to thank again Mr. Jancy Uychiat of Lavada for presenting his franchise, and I wish you good luck for 2022 and a lot of franchises. Thank you so much for being with me. And for our viewers, I'll see you again next Thursday at 4 p.m. Thank you so much and have a good day.